and I am ready to hear what God has to say from this
I'm just
drop.
checking out.
And I bless God so much that He accepted to be a blessing to us. Today, what I would do is that I would allow Stella Agara to introduce him, and then, like we did on Thursday, he will start the presentation, and then afterwards, Stella would engage him in an interactive session as she also picks your question. Stella, take over.
Prophet, you caught me unawares.
I know, right?
Good evening, everyone. For those of us who were not here on Thursday, we welcome you on board. If you have watched the videos, then you know what to expect. If you haven't watched the videos, then we're basically telling you you're in for a huge surprise today. We have the privilege of having a prolific speaker who has had the chance to address platforms within the continent and abroad. A speaker who has an authority on matters of entrepreneurship, or matters of building the skills of entrepreneurs and capacity building for social enterprise, and a speaker who has done quite a lot to influence youth development in the West African region. Any words I try to express here would not be able to prepare you for exactly what is going to drop on your lap today. So all I'm going to request all of you to do is to ask the Holy Spirit to enlarge your bosom for whatever it is going to deliver today, that you may receive the inspiration and the knowledge that you were intended to receive today. Kwame, we really appreciate the fact that you've taken your time to speak to us again today. And we know that the Holy Spirit shall inspire the words that come out of your mouth today. We know that every single word you speak shall exalt the name of God, but most importantly, shall also build and grow us in whatever sectors that we need to grow in. Without further ado, allow me to invite you and let you take the floor and you know, give us whatever it is the Holy Spirit is going to lead you to deliver to us. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Prophet, I bring you greetings. I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Stella. You're now my Kenyan partner in crime.
Right.
You know, so get ready. I have plans. I was in Nairobi in 2018. Did a bit of work there. I would be back when the corona is over. I was supposed to be there funny enough, I'm supposed to be in Kenya in August for 2 conferences that have both been postponed.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings to everybody. So I want to make a few announcements before we kick off. If you're looking at my eye like a lazy dragon, it's because I've not slept in about 2 days. So forgive me. I'm sleep starved, and that's the reason why I look like that. Number 2, how many of us have left our laptop chargers in the office before? Show by hand, or just put it in there. So please forgive me. I'm just human like yourself. I left my laptop charger because there's just so much going on in my head. So I'm gonna start with a presentation, and at a point when my laptop decides to shut down, I will go off for about 2 minutes and reconnect with my phone. So if you see that I've disappeared for about 2 minutes, don't fret. No demon has been able to affect me digitally. I'm just going to do the switch and come back. Also, for those of us who were here last Thursday, you remember our 3 golden rules. If you remember it, please put it in the comments. Number 1, leave your ego at the door. I know that a lot of us here are mighty experts, global experts in different areas, but we're here under this strong prophetic unction and this gathering so that we can learn from each other. And because not even Ahithophel or Solomon had all the knowledge and wisdom in the world in their head, it is always great to be absolutely open and humble to new knowledge. So leave your ego at the door. Be open-minded to new knowledge. Number 2, be open-minded. There are things that you already know that are established for you, but there might be new paradigms of knowledge that has come that can update that which you already know. So be open-minded to new knowledge. Thank you, Kati Kariuku, or Katie Kariuku. You put the second golden rule of this summit. And number 3, like I said the last time, There is no wrong or right answer, only a learning of what is to be done and an unlearning of what we need to let go. So if we ask questions, feel free, say what is on your mind. Knowledge is not the ability to memorize. Knowledge is the ability and the confidence to think and to come out with solutions. And so a lot of people think that the ability to, like I said on Thursday, regurgitate the things that they've seen somewhere is what makes them powerful. That is not what I think it is. All right. So those are the golden rules. I'm going to now, if you're here and you're live with me, say I in the chat. Like Prophet was saying today, you people want to leave us alone, but that will not happen. I send, Holy Ghost digital fire through the internet to wake everybody up. If with this my eye, I am here with you, you better shake yourself. Somebody say shake yourself. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to give you guys a taste of what Pajamas Millionaires is all about, because I told you that when we come today, we're going to look at practically how you can build yourself online, the practical steps, the tools, the apps, all of those things. So I'm going to take about 4 of the chapters in the Pajamas Millionaire, and I'm going to walk us through a very practical section for about an hour and a half or an hour. And then Stella and I, she has an anointing for amazing questions. So I cannot wait for her questions today. And then we can dig deep into it. So let me share my screen now. Prophet, you need to make me a co-host in order for me to do that. So
right away.
All right.
Done, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you. If you are able to see Pajamas Millionaires, please say I in the chats. Let me know that you are with me. And you're reading what is on your screen. Pajamas Millionaires, it says stay home and earn. From basic introduction to digital platforms up to how you can make 6 figures online. Now, I want you to look at some of the content of the book. There's the introduction to digital platforms. There's how to grow your following on Instagram. A lot of you have realized that there's been some changes in the algorithm. You were able to, when you post, reach a lot of people. You were getting comments. Your business, when you posted, people were interacting with it. Now, you don't seem to get that anymore, and you're wondering what's going on. I explained everything. A lot of you have been wondering, what hashtag should I use? Some of you are posting food, and you're using hashtag see Ronaldo or hashtag Liverpool. May God have mercy upon your life. You need to understand hashtags. You need to understand the right way to do hashtags in order to make sure that your online presence is well boosted. I said in this book that everybody should go back to their first love. This is something that Paul admonishes the church in one of the books that he writes. But in the digital world, a lot of us have neglected our original lover, the first girlfriend, aka Facebook. Right now, we call him the grandma of social media. And all of you are running because your mothers are there, your bosses are there. So you want to go and hide on Instagram and do your own thing. So you have abandoned Facebook. But one of the easiest and best ways is to use the data. Facebook is a mammoth of a giant in terms of data. And if you want to grow your business, it will be great for you to go back to Facebook. So put in the comments, I'm going back to my first love. I'll walk through this and show you guys how you can use Facebook to acquire more clients and to make more money for your business or for yourself. Then I'll walk you guys through content creation. You wake up in the morning, what do I post? This is a headache for people. It's the reason why they do not even pay attention to Facebook. You remember when we met on Thursday, I spoke about having your strategy before you go online. So there's also a part that I treat fully on content creation. I do introduction to personal branding that pays. And then and from there, I start teaching of the different ways you can make money online. So you can earn 6 figures, flipping Instagram pages, how you can buy and sell, 5 different ways to earn as an influencer, how to monetize your knowledge and expertise. One of the things I'll really be teaching today, 3 high income skills everyone needs to earn from, and then finally tools for growing and earning online. So today, I'm going to skip a lot of these things, and I'm going to, now let me come to the chat and see what's going on so that I can make this easy for us. Now, of all the topics that you have seen in the book, I want you to type in the one topic that you need, all right? So it is still showing on your screen. It starts from Introduction to Digital Platforms. Which one do you think you need? Type it in the chat. When all of you are done typing, I will look at the ones that a lot more people need, and I will start from there, all right? So can we do that as quick as we can? Because don't forget, when it comes to the presentation, we're on a time bomb because of my battery. So of the things you're seeing online, if there's one particular one you want me to focus on and expound on today, please put it in. So there's Introduction to Digital Platforms, how to grow your Instagram following, the ultimate hashtag strategy, how to monetize, the right way to do sponsored ads that actually convert. If any of you have done a sponsored ad before and they did not convert, you did not get people to follow you, to buy your product, it did not convert into sales. Going back to Facebook and acquiring more clients, content creation for your social media, introduction to personal branding that pays, earning 6 figures, flipping Instagram pages, 5 different ways you can earn as an influencer and how you can become an influencer, how to monetize your knowledge and expertise, 3 high income skills everyone needs to earn from, and tools for growing and earning online. So let me wait for a few of it to come in, and then we'll jump right into it. All right, just the things that I wanted to teach. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into the 3 high income skills that you need, because that's one of my favorite things that I teach. We'll come back to how to monetize your knowledge, but I want to do good. All right, guys, perfect. So let's start from there. We'll do 3 high income skills everybody needs. Then we'll do how to monetize your knowledge. Then I'll bless you guys with the tools that you need to make money online. So those are the 3. After that, I pray that just like the man of God has said, you get the book for your own keeping. There's a full blueprint in here of how to do things. And as I go through the system, you will realize that it is absolutely important for you to get the book for yourself. Not because I need your $10 per se, no, but because it is important that as the church and as children in the kingdom, we are able to fully maximize knowledge in order for us to grow and in order for us to advance the kingdom work, all right? So let's get right into it. If you are ready, take your pen and paper, and I want you to start listening from here. Man of God, globally,
yes, sir,
it has been established that there are 3 ways of making and creating wealth legitimately. I repeat, there are 3 ways of creating wealth legitimately. Number 1, so we call it the triangle of wealth. Write this down. It will help you in your journey, in your life, and every other thing you do. So this is the triangle of wealth. This is not the only way to make money, but these are the universally accepted ways legally and legitimately to make money. Number 1 is high scalable ideas. So, or scalable ideas. Scalable ideas. Now, scalable ideas is what we see entrepreneurs and businesses and corporations and organizations do. Anybody who takes an idea is able to solve a problem with that idea and is able to scale that idea in order for it to benefit more people and create wealth from it, is one of the legal, legitimate ways, universally accepted to create wealth. So number 1, high scalable ideas. So if you're an entrepreneur, you are in this set. If you're a business owner, you are in this set. If you own a school, you are in this set. If you own an organization, an NGO, any idea that can bring in value and exchange that value for wealth is high scalable ideas. Number 2, high return investments. So in the triangle of wealth, there's high scalable ideas like Facebook, Twitter, the bank that has your money, the restaurant where you eat from, where you buy your clothes. All of those are scalable ideas, all right? Number two, high return investments. The poster child of this, of course, is Warren Buffett. And this is where you make a bit of money yourself. You take that money and you send it into the market to go and work for you and bring you returns. So this is the second cut of the triangle on how to make wealth. Number three is high income skills. So the triangle of wealth, high scalable ideas, high return investments, and high income skills. Now, somebody is here who is a professional. There's a doctor here, there's an engineer here, and they're asking, what about high income jobs? High income jobs are hired by scalable ideas and high return investors for them to do the work for them. Are you with me? Are you getting me? If you're getting me, let me feel you in the chat. So if you are a professional, you're a doctor, you are a nurse, you are anything that is called a high income job, anything that's making you 5 or 6 figures and above, you have a high income job. But it is established globally that it is not necessarily all high income jobs that will allow you to create the kind of wealth that will make you economically independent. So most high income job holders are working for the high scalable idea people, or they are working for the high return investment people. The only group of people who seem to be independent of these two groups are high income skills. These are skills that you can trade and exchange direct value with the market. Stay with me because it will get interesting pretty soon, all right? High income skills allow you to absolutely exchange value with the market directly, with no intermediary whatsoever, with no company or boss determining your value. It is the marketplace that totally determines your value. So the triangle of wealth, write it down so you never forget. The 3 ways to generate wealth in this world legally and legitimately is, number 1, high growth or high scalable ideas, high return investments, and high income skills. Now, who needs high income skills? Regardless and irrespective of your industry, regardless and irrespective of the work you do, every single person can benefit, number 1, either by enhancing their current standing in their professional journey and earning more, or by creating altogether a new path of financial gains. So with high income skills, you might be a doctor. You learn the income skill, it would make you more valuable as a doctor, right? So imagine if you're a doctor who's also a medical public speaker. You are all of a sudden not only making money from going into the theater or going into the hospital and making sure people are getting well, you're also now using your knowledge and your ability to speak. And public speaking is one of the strongest high income skills. We'll get into it very, very soon. So the example I'm giving you and the reason why you need to take this serious is because every single person needs and can utilize high income skills. So say to yourself in the chat, high income skills. Say, I need high income skills to create more wealth. So it is either it is helping you to get better, or it is going to create a whole new revenue, a whole new source of income for you, all right? Now, let's just get straight into it. And I want you to look at the screen because you can see everything for yourself. And I want you to really benefit from this information. Now, the first high income skill, let me also say this, there are hundreds of high income skills. In fact, there are people who teach yoga and they are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of rand, of naira, of Ghana cedis. I said in my last post on my last but one post on Instagram, man of God, there are people who teach sex, sexual enhancement, You know, I called it coitus. I gave it some time that I have forgotten, but I wanted to tell people, regardless and irrespective of what knowledge you have, if you amplify it with a high income scale, you're going to be able to make money. So there are hundreds of high income scales, but the three that I chose are ones that are generic. It is not industry specific, and you do not need to have any special form of degrees to do it, all right? So the first one is to become a digital sales strategist. Remember, last Thursday, when we're doing our section, I said to you that having a strong understanding of digital platforms is a huge add-on for anybody who is looking to grow. Now, why am I saying becoming a digital strategist, guys? A digital sales strategist is basically anybody who can help individuals, startups, SMEs, companies, organizations, celebrities, influencers, or any group of people to be able to close more sales online. Guys, there has never been a time where digital sales strategies are so needed in the system. Because of the global pandemic, every single business is coming online. There are giant companies with 3,000 employees who do not have a strong social media presence, who do not know how to reach their audiences on LinkedIn. They don't know how to, boost their videos on YouTube. They have no idea what to do. And this single skill, becoming a digital sales strategist, can be one of the strongest, regardless and irrespective of what you do as a profession, you can use to really create income, all right? So, like I said in my book, every company in this world needs a digital marketer in order to have a better online presence. Digital marketers are usually very well paid. I don't need to say this to you. I have an agency that has been doing digital marketing for companies for like the last 5 years. And in the US, they are paid averagely $73,000 a year. If I ask the question, how many of us will want to earn some $73,000 a year? I'm sure the answer will be yes. But we are not in the US, we're in Africa. So you might not be seeing the 73, but it should just show you just how much demand is in that particular industry. I want you to read the skill sets I am talking about. When I say digital sales strategies, what are you going to be doing? Number one, they run social media campaigns, all right? Hold on, guys. Please give me a second. Okay, I found it. Let me put my air conditioning on so I don't get burned with heat, right? So they run social media campaigns. Number two, when we spoke about search engine optimization, just when I came on, the Prophet of God was speaking about it. So you can run search engine optimization, writing and sending out emails, what we call email marketing, improving the overall look of the website design and website aesthetics. These are the works that digital sales strategies do. Developing video content and image content for clients for their social media, coming up with great blog posts. So being a blogger, not the type that we know in Africa where they are going around scooping for some nonsense, sensational stories, some sex tape, so that they can get 2 or 3 hits on their website and feel like they've done something. Not that kind of blogging. Going and saying, okay, this is Vodafone, or this is Vodacom, or this is MTN, or this is Stanbic, and this is their personal website, and they need to be putting out blog posts about banking, about financial education, financial literacy, and you are their digital sales expert or digital sales strategist whose team or who as an individual is creating their blog posts for them. So these are the skills that you can acquire that makes you a digital sales strategist, and a high income skill that you can bring in that can already enhance your standing as a professional or create a new avenue of making money. Let us go to, and let me bring in one that I'm very excited about. How many of us have seen this particular skill before? It is called copywriting. Copywriting. If you've seen it before, say I. Copywriting. Now, this is not the copywriting, the legal one, where you actually go into protecting your idea or protecting your intellectual property. No. Copywriting, let me explain it in only one sentence. Copywriting is writing that influences purchase behavior, right? So a salesperson oftentimes try to use their personality and their words to influence purchasing behavior. Copywriters are those who write and leave it there for you, and they are so skilled in the act that once you come and read what they have written, your decision to buy or not to buy will be influenced by their writing. So this is basically advertising, but in verbal form. And in a digital world where people need websites, people need captions, people need to have blog posts, copywriters are some of the most sought after people who are making lots of money. If you read the book, I give you some examples of people you can go and follow immediately and start learning copywriting from. They give tips on how they're doing it, how they're making money, how you can get more clients, and the kinds of money that they're actually making from copywriting. So high income skill number 2, that you can go to youtube.com right now and type in how to become a copywriter and start learning the skill. And in 30 to 60 days, you will be ready to launch out and tell people I'm a copywriter and start making money from, or it would enhance your own copywriting skills so that your captions, your website, the way you write. So if any of you have got a course online before, if any of you have bought an ebook online before, that little blurb on the page, what we call the landing page or the squeeze page, where they walk you through testimonials, and this is how the story started, and I made $22,000 doing this, and the methods I'm about to teach you, those types of writings that you see is actually somebody who has been professionally paid to write it so convincingly that once you stick on the page, you cannot go out of there until you buy. So high income skill number 2, copywriting. My all-time favorite, if you look at my screen, I actually said you save the best for last. Because if I tell you what public speaking has done for me, and generally, the skill of great communication, the ability to articulate your thoughts, the ability to speak with confidence, with passion, with conviction, the ability to speak and touch people's lives and get them to make decisions, to change or to alter their behavior is such a strong skill that every single person needs to get it. So I said, save the best for last. Public speaking can be tough, but it's really rewarding at the same time. Any good thing, guys, that you want to achieve in this world will come with a certain level of commitment, and you need to be able to absolutely get ready for that. Now, whether you're a coach, you're an author, you're an influencer, you're an entrepreneur, or just an interesting person, can actually make a lot of money from public speaking. Public speaking now has so many branches, and thanks to the digital age, is allowing us easily to be able to position different value points for public speaking to become a way that you make money. I have been doing public speaking professionally for the last 7 years. It has translated into trainings. It has translated into courses. It has translated into live summits and virtual summits like this one. And the places and the ways to do it is absolutely fantastic, all right? So because it is my own personal baby, in the book, I actually go into the details of how you can become a professionally paid public speaker. Number 1, pick a subject matter. You need to be able to have something to talk about that is interesting to your audience. It can be cybersecurity. It can be social issues. It can be the prophetic, or it can be the church. You know, imagine if you were the number 1 expert on the future of the church or the digital church, and you are the guy whose message is all about how do we digitize the gospel? How do we digitize ministry? How are you able to grow into different countries with digital strategies with your church? Guys, imagine the number of churches in your community, in your country, in Africa, in the world, and you are the go-to person on the one knowledge, which is how churches should grow online. I've given somebody an amazing idea. If I were you, I would grab it in the spirit and say, this is what I'm going to do, and start following the steps. Go online, do your research, and start saying, I am the expert in church growth on digital platforms. And you have created a niche for yourself. So number 1, pick a subject. Number 2, take tiny steps. Once you finalize your subject, you want to take tiny little steps towards your goal of making money as a public speaker. The first thing you want to do is introduce yourself to your audience that I actually know the subject matter. And how you do that is through free video content, free images, and free text as well. So you can use quotes, you can use your caption, you can use your website, you can use your blog to start introducing ideas and expertise about that particular subject matter. and then your audiences will start paying attention to you. Look at what I say here, and this is the truth that people won't tell you, that I am telling you in my book, because I didn't want to give anybody some BS and some false hope and say that, if you read this book in 3 days, you make $3 million. Oga, I am not Angel Michael. The gold dust of heaven is not in my hand, you know? So it is not true. It is not going to happen. When you begin, you need to do some stuff for free to build a portfolio so you can use that portfolio to leverage and start getting paid. So speak for free in the beginning. A great way to get involved in speaking, is to offer it for free. When you are starting out, people don't really know what you're capable of, so they probably won't give you the gig. You need to start off by not charging anything and speak for free. Majority of the world-known speakers started this way. I also did it like this for 2 years. And then you can go into paid speaking, and that's where branding comes in. Once you've spoken at some platforms, you've gotten the portfolio, you have images to prove that that is me on this platform in Kenya, and this is me speaking at the virtual summit in Ghana, and this is me speaking to the Australians, and I did a section for some entrepreneurs in Nairobi. Once you have those content, you put it together and put out what we call a brand proposal, where people can now see you and say, okay, if he spoke to the Australians and he spoke on a Google event and spoke with Prophet Dominic, then this speaker must be somebody who is worth the salt. And that's where the money making comes inside. So guys, the 3 things I want you to learn: high income skills that can actually change your life. The book will give you all the information you need. The rest is for you to take that information, go do more research with it, and come in and apply it. Remember, I told you something the last time when we came on Thursday, that knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is power, and it is profit. So you getting this knowledge will do nothing for you. A lot of you will go back and sleep on it, and nothing will change in your life. No amount of prophetic declaration, no matter how detailed, will change your life if you are not taking action based on the information that is being presented to you. I spoke about the sons of Issachar the last time when we did our section, who did not only know what Israel time it was, but they also knew what Israel ought to do. A lot of us in the kingdom, we know the times. We know that this is the time for us to position ourselves online, build an audience, become a thought leader, become a speaker, position your business online. You know what time it is, but because you do not know what you ought to do, or because you have refused to do what you ought to do, there's nothing that is changing. And you're always crying to God for a miracle. And I said to you in the last section, God will not create a furniture for you when he has created the tree. So I will leave it there. Now, let us go to subject matter number 2 on how to monetize your knowledge, guys. So this is also in the book on chapter 10. I go into the details of how to make money online. So I said to you, earning money online is gradually gaining prominence, and it's become a mainstream form of income. Now, what do I mean, guys? Last year, 2019, the highest earner on YouTube, I repeat, guys, the highest earner on YouTube is a 12-year-old kid that does toy reviews. He made $32 million on YouTube. Now, a lot of you will say, we live in a third world country. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have this, we don't have that. Well, we all have access to YouTube. The difference is when they are on YouTube, they are learning and exploring how they can create, how they can produce content that creates value, and then they exchange that value for money. When we go on there, we consume, scroll through, play that video, scroll through, play that video, scroll through. We just keep on consuming content, all right? And that's where the problem is. So a lot of people are now beginning to use online as their main source of income. An increasing number of people are constantly on the lookout for polishing and sharpening their skills. Companies have reported a shortage of skilled personnel as a major roadblock in their growth. The English is there for you to read, but I wanted people to understand the potential of online training, guys. Now, what is monetizing your knowledge? I started it the last time. I'm sure we have about 10 minutes before my laptop goes off, maybe less. So when I disappear and I come back, we will still go through it, all right? Now, I said it on Thursday to you guys that when it comes to monetizing your knowledge, the basic rule applies. Whatever it is you know, somebody is willing to pay for it. So go into the comments and tell me what you know how to do. I'm going to start, so I show you how to do it. I know, as Kwame, how to speak in public. So follow suit and tell me what you can do. I know how to grow an audience online. I know how to inspire people. All right? Whatever it is you can do, also write it. Let's do this together. I also know how to build businesses online. So let's go. Keep writing. Keep writing. What is it that you can do? The man of God can prophesy. You don't understand. Like, I don't want to go to it. Somebody can do advocacy and giving hope for people. Guys, this is $1 million industry. Sorry, $1 billion industry. And a lot of you do not understand that by not getting this knowledge of how to monetize your knowledge, you are actually, number one, starving people who need the solution that is embedded in you. The reason why I like monetizing your knowledge is because it is one of the only industries in the world where you get to make impact whilst making profit. Somebody say impact and profit. Carol can speak eloquently. So Carol, you are with me. You should be on summits like this. You should have positioned yourself and make sure you have a subject matter that people know that you can actually sell online and make impact whilst you're also making profit. There are people who can teach. Somebody is a walking encyclopedia on matters, corruption, and tax justice. And look at something like tax justice. There are so many people who are clueless to what it is. Somebody can mentor young Christians. What are you waiting for? The person that is online selling their knowledge of the things that they know, are they better than you? Do they have 4 legs? Do they have 15 hands? What is your excuse? A lot of us have been crippled by our own fear. And if you are not motivated by the profit, be motivated by the impact, because what you know is somebody's solution they are waiting for. I came today to challenge you, not only to give you knowledge. We need to wake up as people. We need to stop stopping ourselves, and we need to stop condemning ourselves. We are always in our head. What if they don't like me? What if the video doesn't come? I don't say the right thing. What if you do? And even if you don't, haven't you just learned a lesson of how not to do it? I am challenging everybody on this call. So the business of online training is a certain reality. According to Didactic Side, this market is around $200 billion a year. This online educational market, $200 billion. Guys, I can tell you that I am taking my own share. And whatever share I have been taking for the last 6-7 years is probably 0.00001. Because the Tony Robbins and the Gary V's and the other guys who are really, really milking this global market are sitting on millions of dollars. This is the market that does not need any certificate for you to get into. All it needs is for you to prove yourself that you know what you're talking about, all right? So, number one, if you want to come into the knowledge of monetizing, if you want to come into the business of monetizing your knowledge, write it down, take stock of your strengths and weaknesses. If you know that you're going to get this book, then you don't need to write it down, because I'm going to put the blueprint in your hand and you'll be able to look at everything step by step. But you need to start this activity. One of the first things you need to do is what I let you do in the comments. I can speak. I can get people to know about tax justice. I can teach. I can do poetry. Guy, that person who said poetry, if you knew the money you could make teaching people about poultry farming and the global best practices and the tips on how to keep their poultry, you have no idea, guys. Your poultry summit in Africa. See, the thing is that we're just not aware what is happening within our systems, because we're caught in the rat race. We're chasing the next job, the next promotion, leaving all the value happening out there. Let's continue. Number 2, make an inventory of all the equipment necessary to get started. In the knowledge industry, you will need a computer or a phone. You will need to have a good internet connection. You will need to have screen capture software, or your phone, of course, will have a camera. You need to get like a word processor software where you'll be doing your, remember the 3 high income skills, your Word document or your Word software where you'll be typing your copy for people to know about the knowledge you have. All right. You can also, depending on your country, you will need to probably do a registration of the business. But in most countries, once you buy your domain and you are online, you not necessarily, it's only when you probably need to start accepting payments that you need to think about a bank account. But now with all the online payment systems, you can be taking payment through Skrill, through Stripe, through all these online platforms, accept card payments, mobile money, M-Pesa in Kenya, etc., etc. So make an inventory of all the things you need to start. Then determine the specific skill you want to teach. I am here teaching you how to build an audience online and how to grow wealth online. I have other things that I have gained expertise in that I get paid top dollar to teach. When you're starting off, start with one skill that you teach. Once you're known for it, the pass mark of the knowledge industry is when people you teach come back with testimonials of their results. This is one of the industries that's like the ministry. When you are a man of God and somebody can come back and say, and the man of God prophesied and it happened as he spoke, and this is evidence. See, that day offering go different in church. Oh. That is how this industry is. So determine the skill to teach and teach it till you get some kind of testimonial from the people you are providing it for. Then step 4, find a platform to use. The advantage of online training is that you have limitless options. Guys, I know somebody who this Sunday evening is about to make top dollar. Now, how many people does WhatsApp take? Man of God, 256. If I launched out right now and I said to everybody on this call, I'm going to be doing a special training and I'm going to be giving you tools on how to overcome stage fright and tools on how to skyrocket your presentation so you are paid 6 figures as a speaker. And I'm charging only $10 for it. For 256 people in a WhatsApp group where I will probably send voice notes and type screen stuff for an hour or 2, man of God, I would have made about $2,000 on a Sunday evening, smiling and looking at everybody. Somebody will have to work 5 months, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. to even get half of that money. That is how much money we're leaving on the table.
Very true.
Let us proceed. After platforms, create your training. You have established yourself. You have picked a skill. You have taught some of it for free. You have got some people to bring back testimonials. Now you have the leverage to be able to say to people, I am good at this thing. And now I actually have to start selling my knowledge. It is called freemium to premium. It is the Nigerians who probably will understand this the most, man of God. When you go to a suya joint, the first thing they do is that they will cut a small slice of the suya for you. Man of God, after you taste that suya, I promise you, you will spend all your money on that suya. There are a few demons who will come and taste and they won't buy. But mostly, if the suya is good and you have a taste of it, 9 out of 10 you will buy. So in the knowledge industry, we use the suya system. It's called freemium to premium. So you guys got me for free on this section. If what I am doing touches you and produces results, the next time I tell the man of God, I'm doing a paid training section and I'm sharing all the secrets I didn't share, a lot of you will run and come and give me premium cash because I've already established myself as in the premium model. So you can create your training, you can promote that training, and then you are good to go. So all those details.
Okay, I'm sure his laptop is off, but he will get back to us. But guys, are you learning something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Stella.
Yes.
Stella, you are the co-host, so say something till he comes.
I'm still listening.
I see I have gotten a client already for one of my services that I have never charged a single cent for. I hope as we are all listening, we are either looking out for services we require or services we can offer. And even as Kwame was speaking, your market is not outside this platform. This conversation has started here. Your first customers should come out of this place. And then maybe you can proceed to get them from other platforms after you have exhausted this platform. I like how Lorna is always putting her contacts and saying, reach out to her and she will be able to sort you out with your website issues or to develop a website for you. So maybe we need to get our minds in a place where we are already looking for customers here as we look to get them from outside. And of course, Kwame is giving us quite some insights on how to take advantage of platforms to do the same. Those of you who left Facebook, you have been advised to go back to Facebook, irrespective of how annoying it is. They are now collecting your data by force, and if you try to deactivate, you actually have to deactivate your account as well. But we must find ways of taking advantage of that platform to make money and then proceed to, yeah. Is Kwame back?
Yeah, I think Kwame is back.
Okay, good. And please put your questions on the chat. A few people have raised their hands. Kindly just document the question on the chat and then we'll discuss them when we get back to the plenary.
Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm back. All right. So those are the systematic ways. Now, I would say to you, instead of trying to write everything down, it will be great for you to make that investment, guys. I do not think $10 is something you need to think about in order for you to get the wealth of knowledge that you need in order for you to create wealth, in order for you to create impact and to create profit. So we've looked at monetizing your knowledge in a nutshell. The breakdown and the full details are in the book. Now, I want to give you a small taste of content, the type of content that you should be creating in order to gain attention, especially for someone like you, Stella, where you're dealing with something extremely technical. If for those of you who are in the extreme technical spaces, it's difficult. For those of us in the industry where you can get away with some humor videos, a little comedy here and there, some tips, some strategies, all of those places are great. But if you're in a very, very strong technical place and you want to establish expertise, what kind of content do people like? What kind of content goes viral? So I'm giving you inner secrets on at least 20 types of content that can go viral. Then we go straight to tools that you can use to make money online. Then I want us to take like the next 40 minutes or so, man of God, with Stella, to answer individual questions and really help people get the answers they're looking for. So are you ready? And all of this is in the book. So if you have the intention of getting the book, don't write it down, just follow. Number one, any content that reminds us that life is short, people love it. Any content that reminds that life is short, people love it. Content that reminds us that dreams come true. So you've seen all of these pages where they will show you Jeff Bezos with his one computer in the garage, and then now they show you with his bald billionaire, his bald billionaire head walking around, and they're saying every dream has a beginning, that to the naysayers. Bam, everybody is sharing it because they also want to prove to their haters that as you see me like this with my one computer, I'll be Jeff Bezos tomorrow, right? So people like that kind of content. Number three, content that gives us faith to believe for bigger things. And this is the type of content that really works for motivational speakers. It really works for men of God and people in ministry. And it really, really works for people who work in charity organizations. All right. Number four, content that reminds us that we matter. And if you want a good example, I don't need to go too far. Black Lives Matter. Anytime there's content that is championing the needs of other people, that is saying that women, so you've seen the rape movement and how it went viral because we were actually fighting to say that other people, women, and the sacredness of their sexuality actually matters. And a lot of people came out for those types of things. So whenever you're looking at content strategies and you're looking for something that can make you go viral with yourself, you can bring out content that shows that other people matter. All right. Number five, content that reminds us of the overlooked or forgotten basics, the basic things that we forget. content will send a simple quote. There was one that went viral recently on Instagram where some guy was just wishing and saying good blessings. And he started the video by saying, send this to somebody you love and somebody that you want to see prosper. And in the video, he was just talking about the basic things. Pray in the morning, remember to laugh, take some time off to rest, get some meditation. The basic things that we almost overlook all the times. People love that kind of content. Number 6, content that has unexpected twists. If you want to know if you're falling for that kind of content, let me show you. You go on Facebook or you go on a website and the caption or the headline says, a sheep runs into a lion in the middle of the road. You won't believe what happens up next. If you've seen something like that, please put in the chat and let me know. And you watch the video and guess what? Nothing happens. In fact, there might not even be any sheep or lion. It could be some sheep walking in one desert and some lion also passing 18,000 kilometers away. But that kind of content got you to quickly click because you're looking for an unexpected twist. You want to know what happened. You click, you watch the whole video. They got you, all right? So that one is called, on the negative side, it's called clickbaiting, writing exaggerated headlines to get attention. But in the right way, you can use content that has unexpected twists to actually get people's attention. Content that tells us a story. Number 7, content that takes us along on a journey. So immediately you see a video that starts with, in 1990, I was broke and da. High probability you want to hear because there's a story to be told. You want to walk along somebody's journey. See the places you can connect with that story so that it can also inspire and motivate you. Number 10, content that makes us laugh or smile. Everybody sees the little babies that are hugging and we go, then we share. Women will now see beautiful babies and they say, my ovaries. They also want to give birth because of how, anything that puts a smile on our face, we will consume it and we will share. Content that makes us cry, tears of joy. These videos about kindness, videos about that the man on the road who used, the plastic bottle after somebody drank and threw it away and used it as shoe. And the guy was driving around and saw the homeless man doing that and went to buy shoes for him and da. Those kind of videos are always going viral. Content that reveals secrets. Guys, this is one of the top guru secrets I'm giving you about secrets. Anything, write in the comments, say that anything that has the word secret in it automatically goes up in value. If the prophet of God says 21 prophetic secrets to increase your seeing, okay, you won't even think twice. And the human brain is so curious that just the mentioning of the word secret can draw them in, all right? So content that reveals secrets is a good one. Content that surprises us is a great one. Content that encourages us never to give up, another good one. Content that reminds us that we are one of a kind and encourages us to live that way is great, right? Content that reminds us that there is more, that regardless and irrespective of what happened to you, there is more. Content that confirms our assumptions. Content that challenges our assumptions. Content that educates us whilst entertaining us. And so, Stella, in our industry, for those of us who are in the very technical industries, one of the things that really helps us is creating educational content that is also entertaining. So you don't need a straight face. You don't need it. You need to find ways to make even the most complex things technically become easily digestible by applying humor or by comparing it to other things. So for instance, I attended a course where a very good friend of mine in Nigeria, a man of God, was teaching on marketing secrets from the life of a prostitute. Just listen to the headline. How many of us would have wanted to hear that?
Wow,
Marketing
wow.
for the life of a prostitute. Another one that he touched on, man of God, was apart from marketing, he also spoke about influencer lessons from the life of Jesus Christ, right? So any content that allows you to present great educational content, but also making it entertaining and relatable will go a long way to help you. Finally, content where David defeats Goliath. So any content where the big one, the strong one, and the small one, and the small one overcomes the odds and wins, is people like stories like that. People like content like that. And finally, content that gives us a fresh point of view about common things. And so if you see content that says that 3 things you didn't know about avocado. So you know avocado, you've been eating your avocado, you know that avocado is great, but this is somebody saying, I'm going to say 3 things to you about this avocado, or about parenting, or about sex. So imagine you see somebody put out a video, somebody who is trying to come up as maybe a relationship expert and teach people how to get great relationships. And he says that these 2 things will change your sexual life for good, and you've not heard it anywhere. Just by saying to you, I'm about to give you fresh knowledge, fresh perspective about the thing that we all already know about, a lot of us will relate to that kind of content, all right? Now, let us go to the final step. We're almost there, guys. This book is loaded. I wrote it from my heart. I dotted it a lot with Africa in mind. I didn't write this book necessarily for the Western world, because the way things are there, that's not how things are here. All right. So now let's go into the tools that you need for those of us who don't have any intentions of buying the book. These are tools that you need. So I'm going to give you maybe about 10 of them, and then we can go into questions and answers. So these are tools for growing and earning online, how to make money and how to grow. Number 1, Canva. You can write it in the caption for other people to see. Canva is a simple design, drop and edit template where you can do amazing designs for your social media content, for your blog posts, for your website, for your YouTube. Canva, I'm sure a lot of us already know it and use it. Number 2 is Captioner. Captioner. Number 1 is Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Number 2 is Captioner. So those of you who struggle with captions, just go online and Google Captioner. So that's caption with an A. It is an app that you can download. And whenever you are ready to write anything, you want to write about the prophetic, you want to write about tax, you want to write about education, you go into Captioner, you type the keyword education, and it will come up with a lot of captions for you to choose from to copy and paste for free. Captioner. Number 3 is Story Slicer. Story Slicer. If you have to edit videos for your Instagram stories, or your WhatsApp stories, or your Facebook stories, this app allows you to be able to cut and edit the stories in the frame that will fit perfectly in the stories. Because some of you realize that most of your video, you do it for timeline, then you put it on stories, and it's just in the middle like this. So Story Slicer allows you to repurpose content specifically for Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and WhatsApp stories. Number 4 is Plan-O-Ly. So P-L-A-N, Plan, and O-Ly, O-L-Y, Plan-O-Ly. Plan-O-Ly. So those of you who try to plan your content ahead of time, this is a very good app that allows you to look at how your content will look overall on your page. It allows you to schedule your posts. So those of you who are busy on Sunday, you can actually put the post you want to post on Monday, post you want to post on Wednesday, add the captions, add the hashtags, and on Wednesday at that particular time, Plan-O-Ly will do the work for you. The next one is Crello, C-R-E-L-L-O, Crello or Crello. Crello is also a free design software that allows you to just take a template, take out the image, slap your image in there, twist the words a little bit, and you have amazing design to go. So it's just like Canva, but it has added features and it's absolutely fantastic. The next one for video is Spark Video, S-P-A-R-K Video, Spark Video. And this is a very, very interesting, created by Adobe, interesting, simple to use video software that allows you to just shoot something on your phone, put it in the editor, add effects to it, add text, do transitions, and then get ready to put that video out. For your basic everyday things, you might not necessarily need a video editor or a professional one. Every now and then you can spice your content when you have the budget with professionally done videos. But on the go, when you have to share some tips and share some content to establish your business, establish your brand, establish your expertise, you can use Spark Video. Lumen 5 is the next one I'll give you. And this one's, guys, some of you have heard of them before, but there are things I'm giving you that I know in my heart that you've never heard before. So Lumen 5, Lumen 5. Lumen 5, man of God, takes your blog post when you have typed something and it transforms the blog post into a video with the content in the blog post, guys. So imagine that you write one blog post and an app can transform your blog into a video, and you can post the video as added content as well. So that is Lumen 5. Quick is another one. Quick, one of the best and simple, easy to use video editors that you can actually benefit from. Let me run you through a few ones if you are writing them down. Another design software is Over, O-V-E-R, Over, O-V-E-R. For those of you who have intentions of doing podcasting, I didn't get the opportunity to talk about that, and you want to do easy to use podcasting, download an app called Anchor, A-N-C-H-O-R, Anchor. Another amazing video editor is InShot, I-N-S-H-O-T. This is quite popular for a lot of people. And the last one, and there are about 20 more tools in the book that you can use. The last one I want to give you is Unsplash, U-N-S-P-L-A-S-H, Unsplash. Unsplash is where you can go and get free stock images that you have been given the rights. And so nobody is going to attack you in terms of copyright or anything like that, okay? So if you're trying to put, content on your blog, don't go to Google and go and Google images. Somebody can sue you for copyright infringement. Go to unsplash.com and go and get free stock images, high rec. Some of them are as high as 15 or 60 megabytes. For our IT people, they will understand what high recs means. And so you can get free stock royalty-free images to use for creating content on social media, for your blog, for your brand, for your website. Like I said, there are a few more. There are a lot more here that you can see. There's Poster Maker, Koji, Discord, invoices to go, DocuSign, all of the tools you need to create your trainings, to create your content, to establish yourself as a strong expert in any subject matter and start making money online. I went through the entire book with you in the beginning in terms of all the topics that I treated, and I hope that it has been of a great blessing to you. I will take a sip of water and then we can go into questions and answers. Feel free to ask anything, even if it doesn't border around something I spoke about, but it involves digital technology, entrepreneurship, business building, any of that. I am here to answer them for you. Man of God, once again, thank you for giving this me this platform and allow me to share the little that I know with your amazing international group of partners. I'll be getting ready for questions and answers. Thank you.
Wow, Kwame, that was powerful. That was powerful. I have just typed at the comment section. I really have to have that book. I'm telling you, because I also got a business idea. I can do digital prophetism or something.
Easy.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Kwame. Thank you so much. And it's a charge on everybody on this platform. So far, we have 52 participants. It is extremely important that everybody on this call gets the book. And I'm going to make sure everybody gets the book. I personally, I'm going to make sure everybody gets the book. So the book is just $10. But like I said, this is not just a motivational platform. This is a prophetic platform where we believe also in impartation. The less is blessed of the greater. And so if you can push $20, $30, $40, Kathy has already done $50. Whoever can do $50, $20, whatever, we will sow into his life so that the grace of God on his life will be replicated on our life. But it's mandatory. Everybody is supposed to get this book. God bless you. Stella, lead us in the next phase.
Thank you, Prophet. Let me begin by thanking Kwame very much for the presentation he has just made. You have gone through so many concepts in such a short while. I was sitting here in A, wondering how it would be possible to do that kind of representation within such a short period. So kudos to that. And I agree with the prophet. It is almost inevitable that we must access this book so that we can get more details and be able to get more insights into some of the ideas you have shared with us. Having said that, I believe we have all benefited something out of this presentation. So please type in the comment section any questions that you have. If you do not have questions and you just want to congratulate Kwame for the presentation he has made, say something. I mean, have you gotten a business idea? You know, have you been inspired to do something better? Is there something you're going to improve as a result of this and that kind of thing? I'm certain there'll be something from, you know, every single speaker. Pastor Faith has led with saying that this has been very insightful, and Evelyn Mamlaka as well. Kwame, as we wait for questions from the audience in this conversation, one of the things that came to my mind when you were giving ideas of topics that would be interesting to different audiences and to many people, you mentioned content that has secrets, and immediately someone typed on the chat 10 things you didn't know about Prophet Dominic. Number 9 will shock you. And it hit me that there's a lot of that kind of reporting that is being used to derogate, you know, men of God. It's being used to mess up the reputations of different individuals. And I'm glad you are actually a kingdom entrepreneur. So what kind of caution would you give to the audience concerning, you know, using any story just for the sake of getting hits or for the sake of getting subscribers?
Awesome. So I don't know if you heard me, Stella, when I made that point, I mentioned the fact that on the negative side, it is actually called clickbaiting, right? Where people write exaggerated headlines just to grab attention. And once you get there, there is absolutely nothing there. For us who actually want to build a legitimate and a strong, integrity-backed brand online, because remember I told you on Thursday, digital doesn't forget. You cannot fool them twice and they will come out for you, all right? So when you're going to use the word secret, within the confines of what is appropriate, I would say that make sure you have some level of knowledge that you truly believe is not common knowledge, right? There's no way you can know something that absolutely nobody else knows, unless maybe it is given to you of God directly. But even that, you and God know, all right? So when you use the word secret, just make sure you are coming up with knowledge that you are absolutely certain is not common knowledge. Once it's not common knowledge, then you can use those kinds of words. But it is just one of the strongest psychological hacks to human curiosity. And so it's a strong and potent marketing strategy and tool to use. Just don't abuse it and just don't use it for the sake of clicks. That's what I would say.
We are encouraged to do what Jesus would do. The other question I would ask is about the unexpected twist. There are certain, you know, YouTube channels where they post videos and are promising an unexpected twist, and then you get in there and there's nothing. And maybe it would be nice if you comment about how that eventually in the long run impacts on your subscribers, your followers, and of course the people who actually buy into your product.
I didn't get the question.
The question I was asking is about the unexpected twists. There are certain content creators who run out of ideas and then they start using captions or titles that promise an unexpected twist, and then when you get into the videos, you discover there's nothing to it. So maybe just comment on how that eventually impacts on your subscribers, your audience, and the people who actually trust your brand.
Stella, please write this in the chat for everybody to see. If you go through that process, it's called digital expertise suicide, right? It's called digital expertise suicide. And this is what I mean. I'm just creating the term, but so that it sticks in your head. If you go and promise your clients, your audiences, your customers of unexpected twists, or in fact, any promise whatsoever, and you do not deliver, you've taken a digital gun to your brand and you have pulled the trigger on yourself. Because guess what? For every single claim of expertise that you claim you have, there are 1,000 other gurus claiming that same thing. And so once you have audience, the best thing you can do. So guess what I did, Stella, today? When I came on, what did I do? First, I was honest to apologize for my eyes because I looked sleepy and tired. And people will wonder. So I came transparent and open. Then I asked again, who has left their charger in the office before? And people raised their hand. So now I am human just like you. And by connecting that with you, you have empathy for me and will not say, but you're a speaker, you didn't prepare, you didn't get your charger, right? So I came with such honest transparency, even of something that might have been considered as a shortcoming. And because of that, none of you will remember that beginning or the fact that my laptop shut down and we have to switch to a phone. So honesty and transparency is absolutely great. Do not go and promise that which you cannot deliver. Your audiences do not expect you to be perfect. They do not expect you to be God. They just expect you to bring them value. And sometimes that value is saying that I also have shortcomings. I also run out of content. I also get into creative blocks. And people can relate. And in fact, those types of transparencies can actually help you grow a more committed and loyal audience. And they become the people who go out there and say, look, I know this expert guy. He is not one of all these gurus who are giving you all these fake buzz. He says it as it is. And they will bring you more people, all right? So you can use that kind of strategy. And I applied it today in this section.
Excellent. Honesty, honesty, honesty. Kwame, you came immersed in the Holy Spirit because I see Elsie Gigi has gotten a business idea as you are teaching, and she says she will pursue and implement it. We shall not ask her to scatter her seeds here, but I'm certain she will share the testimony when eventually she succeeds. Beatrice is asking a question about how one can start a business that requires capital. Example, making juice from a fruit that no one has ever made and never made. So I'm not very sure which fruit this is. Beatrice, if you could tell us which fruit you're referring to, really help. But she's basically asking, how do you start a business that requires capital?
Okay, all right, guys. So in terms of entrepreneurship, and this is probably going to move a little bit from digital, so we consider business as a whole. I am of the belief, and there are a few people who disagree with me, Stella, and I am open to divergent opinions, but I am of the belief that regardless of industry and regardless of niche, people don't necessarily need capital to start a business. I believe that you need capital to grow a business. And the reason why I say this is because I've had the opportunity and the privilege to sit in a few funding platforms where I was a judge or part of the people who were giving the funds out. And we realized that a lot of people try, okay? A lot of people try to get others to commit to a dream they have made no investment into, okay? And so I say to people, when you have an amazing idea that you want to bring out, take the first step. What are the first steps? This is a digital age. Have you registered the business? Have you been able to, in and of yourself, save that $100 or $200? I don't know how much it is for people to register companies in their countries. In my country, it's between $100 to $200, depending, right? Have you been able to say, I believe in this so much that I've saved $100 to register it? Have you gone ahead to find another $100 or $200 or $300 for somebody to build a well-functioning website? When you can commit a little bit of sweat into that dream, you can now walk into somebody's office. You can now look at funding platforms or apply for the different options. Today, you have crowdfunding online. You can just go and create a page on a crowdfunding platform. Talk about this amazing fruit and whatever it can do. Is it medicinal? Is it healthy? And put a story there. And if you can get a simple video or presentation on a crowdfunding platform, people can actually contribute to give you the capital you're looking for. But you need to always put in your blood first. Your sweat needs to go into the soil you are expecting somebody to pour water on. So I'll say to you, look at doing your homework. Look at putting the basic things in place that allows you to magnify whatever the value is. I asked you a question, Stella. Two people come to you to ask for money, okay? So Stella, I come to you with Prophet Dominic, and I say to you, I have an amazing idea, and it would absolutely blow you away, okay? And it is going to be like the next Facebook, and I've looked at it, and da. The next person comes and say, email to you, Stella. I have an amazing idea and we need 20 minutes to do a presentation. This is a link to my website. These are links to our social media. And we'll be glad if you give us 20 minutes. Stella, you click their website, you see that the things are there. You check their social media, they've done some work here and there, gone to their community. You give them 20 minutes, they come with a full-blown proposal designed by a professional with the entire project. How would it look like? Of these two, who do you think you will consider to give money if you have the money?
I'll definitely give my fortunes to the prepared ones.
That is all I'm going to say. Go for money to grow. Go for money to expand. In the beginning, put your sweat in the soil and invest something into that idea you believe. It is also economic suicide. And I repeat, to go and collect somebody's hard-earned money on a business or on an idea that has not been tried and tested, and you yourself have not put any investment in. You are setting yourself up for a debt and a life of debt. Whatever it is you believe is an amazing idea, do the basic things, all right? It would be absolutely great. Dennis is already talking about some of the online platform, Angel List, Crowdsource. I'll find some websites and even give in. But even those websites count on you to have done the basic things. Invest in a professional video person to tell the story of the idea you have. Invest in a present. So they come, they watch the video, it touches their heart, and they actually start contributing money. You don't need to wait for some big company, some big bank to give you a loan. In fact, it is so good, Stella, that some people can say, this product Kwame has presented is so good, he doesn't have the capital. Then they pre-order and pay you, so you actually go and produce it and send it to them. This is where we live in the digital world. So that's what I would say about starting a business when you don't have the capital.
I have seen that happening for hair products as well.
Okay.
Where people actually pay for the product before they even see it and then it's produced and sent. Dennis is saying that this has been very much, this has been quite some illumination, and the advice in the area of taking steps regardless of self-doubt and inward sabotage was a gifting. And Caroline Nganga is asking a question that I will link to another question I had for you, Kwame. Carol is asking, in a society where many people now pose as motivational speakers, what can you do to make yourself stand out? And I'll connect that to a question I had about, as a trainer or someone willing to give tutorials on a certain subject, say cooking or poultry or whatever it is. I mean, what would give you an edge over your competitors, especially because some of those spaces are already saturated with people who are offering all kinds of information?
Results, 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 results. And the best group of people to probably learn this from are some of the most powerful men of God in this world. Some of the most powerful men of God in this world. And man of God, with your permission, I want to highlight a man of God that is very, very good at this. His name is Pastor Chris. He has a brand product called Atmosphere of Miracles. Man of God, the 1-minute video you will see and how they edit it, his white suit and the colors and the lighting on the stage, you can literally see the video and see angels in it. And he will just give that woman's testimony and that one that walked after 25. Nobody will even tell you to go to that. You don't even need to say, you just want to be in the atmosphere, all right? So in our knowledge industry, the real currency is results. I was at A, I contacted coach B, and now I'm at C. And this is the results, right? So you want to stand out, put in the work, bring in the knowledge that you have, apply it to your audience for free, start applying it to your audience for a premium charge or for a paid charge. And then now when they start bringing you back testimonials, learn how to package testimonials and put it out there. Number 2, I'll give you another strategy that works. Write this down because it's not in the book. OPK. Use other people's knowledge. Once you start coming in the industry, all right? Now, last time when we were on Thursday, the Spirit zoomed me a little bit into a place where I was speaking about some of the business and digital principles we can learn from the life of Jesus. And one of them is this. When Jesus came, in order for his Instagram page and Facebook page to grow into the followers he wanted in Galilee and Bethlehem and all those places, he went to the biggest, baddest influencer at that time called John the Baptist. And he went for a platform endorsement from John the Baptist. John the Baptist, now who was there, who had already created a demand for a messianic product, God, I can't. So John the Baptist had been in the river of Jordan, baptizing them and saying that, look, I am creating demand and desire for a product that we're about to launch. And so John the Baptist did a pre-product launch of Jesus Christ. Before Jesus Christ arrived, he said to them, you think that I'm baptizing you with water and this is going to be something. The guy that is coming after me, he will baptize you with fire. And even his shoe, I am not qualified to tie it. So he started creating demand. When Jesus came, he went to the influencer John the Baptist and got John the Baptist to post him on his page. When John the Baptist saw Jesus, he said, let Jesus shut up your mouth and post me so that your people will know that I am also. So in this kind of industry, tapping into other people's knowledge, bringing other people. The man of God has done that with me. He is prophetic. He's deeply engraved in the word, but he knew that digital knowledge is important for his audiences. So he brought features Kwame for him to bring that. Now, your church, you are not going to leave the man of God because you don't know who next he's going to bring. So that's also another way for you to stand out, other people's knowledge. During the corona, I did this. I brought speakers from all over the world. Huge guys from the States, from South Africa, from Kenya, from Ghana, from Nigeria. Each and every one of them, some of their audiences discovered me. So through John the Baptist, with the biblical principle and revelation I'm teaching you, once he made that announcement and posted Jesus on his Facebook and posted Jesus on his Instagram and said, guys, this is the product I have been speaking to you about. Right from there on, we didn't really hear about John the Baptist again. Now, Jesus was the top influencer in that industry. So those will probably be the two things: results. Learn how to tell the story of the results and put it out there, and then tap into OPK, other people's knowledge, for platform endorsements and platform verification, and will help you to also stand out.
Mm-hmm. Kwame, Beatrice is confirming that the fruit she was talking about is only planted in Uganda. So I'm sure your feedback still addresses that. But Wilson brings up a new issue, which has got to do with the businesses whose supply chains have been interfered with as a result of the pandemic, or businesses whose product is no longer a necessity for people and therefore it's not selling as much. And he's saying if he's a blogger on some of those, and the example he gives is travel blogging, how does he get new content to share with his audience without necessarily recycling from his archives?
Okay, all right. Should I share this with you or not? Man of God, please come and let me ask you.
I'm here.
Prophet.
Yes, I'm here.
The question they have asked necessitates me to share a very strong industry secret.
Please share.
Share.
Man of God, I charge people for this. Where is the brother who asked the question? Where are you?
He's called Wilson Wanjohi.
Wilson is here.
Wilson, right?
Wilson, unmute yourself.
Wilson, unmute yourself. I want to talk to you and I want to shock your life and give you a blessing tonight.
He's unmuted.
Okay, I'm here.
Wilson, do you have another phone by you or PC that you can access internet?
Yes, I think my daughter is using. Let me use my laptop.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm there.
All right, go to Google.
A minute. I go to
Google. Go to Google.
Yeah.
And I'm typing something in the chat. I want you to type it in, okay? You do travel blogging, right?
Basically, I'm not even into travel blogging. I was just giving it an.
I've typed something in there. I want you to take what I have typed and put it in Google. I've typed something in our chat.
Okay. PLR.
Anybody who has seen the article, the thing that I have posted, you can write PLR and then insert your industry, whether that is catering, food, beauty, insert it in the middle and add the word articles. Wilson, what are you seeing?
My net is a bit slow.
Somebody can try it for Wilson. You have another piece.
Is a store company?
What are you seeing?
I think I'm PL store. Is this a store.com something?
Yes. If you are seeing any of the links, you know, that is coming up and showing you a PLR article store, I want you to click it and go inside. Anybody else who has a phone, take that PLR thing that I have typed in the chat, put it in Google, whatever comes, click one of the links and go in there and let us see what is there. I'm going to share a secret with you guys.
Travel trips, European countries and
You got to European countries?
yeah.
Okay, somebody has got a lot of info on their area. Now, Wilson,
yeah.
Man of God, what I have just given your people is an industry that nobody knows about. I can bet on my expertise that if more than 2 people know about this thing that I'm sharing in this group, then it's a miracle. Man of God, what happens is that the PLR is an industry where people create content concepts and they sell rights to it. So the word PLR is the word private label rights. So it's almost a 20-year-old industry, man of God. So if it's prophetic, people have already written different content on prophetic. And some are ebooks, some are courses, some are articles. And none of them is more expensive than $10. The most expensive you will see is $10. So you can buy a PLR article pack, okay? Hetty is shocked and saying, I didn't know this exists. You can buy a PLR article pack for prophetic or PLR article pack for entrepreneurship, and you will get maybe 100. They come with headlines. They'll come with content. You can use it for writing captions. Stella, are you checking and seeing some of them?
I am so amazed.
Yeah, I've not even seen any that is $5.
Yes, you can use it for your blog. It solves your content problems for the rest of your life. In fact, you will now be overdosed with content and you will have enough days to sell it.
Wow.
I've given you a gift. I'm done. I'm close.
This is an
How do you get the book? How do you get the book?
Wilson is already asking how to get the book. Wilson. Wilson, you get your $10 and more. Kathy will send the number on the platform so that you can send in person on that number. All right?
Okay.
Thank you, Wilson. Kwame, this is an absolute gem. I've gotten so much, information properly packaged on natural hair. I think I'm even ready with the blog already as I speak. I think it's important that we note that there are many members of the audience who agree with you that results are actually an authoritative marketing tool.
Yeah.
Ma'am Georgina Andoh-Owusu is asking a question here, and I will read it with humility. How do you manage a business located in an area? How do you manage a business located in an area where customers are not responsive? They are stereotyped and conventional about their way of doing things. What do you do after several attempts to change the marketing strategy? Do you relocate after diverting all your investments into that venture? Do you relocate? Do you stay there? Do you change strategy? What do you do?
Man of God, is this mommy?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that is mommy. And that investment I have to do with my investment too.
I'm going to give you a life-changing secret again. Today, I'm just, I let people pay for this, oh man of God. I sell this in my...
Don't worry, don't pay.
There are 3 levels of doing business. Number 1, we have those who are selling whatever product or brand they have as a commodity. This is at the bottom of the market, man of God. At the bottom of the market, you have those who sell commodity. So I'm going to take transport. When you go into transport, at the bottom, those who are selling commodity are the people who are driving the trotro, they are driving the bus, they are driving the coach, the taxi drivers, all right? Those markets are extremely saturated, okay? So that, man of God, are you with me now? Those places are extremely saturated because you are selling a commodity. You are not the only person who's offering it. If you go to a bus station, guys, how many cars do you see? You see hundreds of cars, true or false? So you are selling a commodity and you are at the bottom of the market. After those who are selling the commodity, and you don't want to be in that place. If you're going to go commodity, then you need to better have your numbers right. So it's called mass marketing. The more people buy from you, the more you can make money. On top of that are those who are selling necessities, right? So if you go into transport, you have moved away from your trotro or your public transport, your taxi stations, you've now come to Uber. You've now come to Bolt. You have come to the people who are given a certain level of customization and a certain level of ease with whatever product they're selling. That now makes the product a bit of a necessity for those who can afford it. At the bottom, the cost is always low. In the middle, those who are selling necessity, the cost is a little higher for other groups of people to be able to afford it, but not the mass. So if you think about it in Ghana, for instance, woman of God, when you go to Sunyani, you will not get Uber, right? When you go to Dominic, where I come from, you will not get Uber. Uber is not necessarily everywhere because it's not made for the general mass market. Now, I want you to write it down. The people and the marketing that woman of God, you might need to figure out for your product or service. And because you are the wife of the prophet and my big sister and my everything, I will probably have a one-on-one section with you next week for us to figure out what product, what marketing strategy. But I wanted to use this to establish for everybody who is a business person to understand the high level of marketing we need to do. My Nigerian friend calls it, I am not your matey. So there is those who are selling commodities, there are those who are selling necessities, and there are those who are selling, I'm not your mate. Now in transport, you have moved from the transport buses and the taxis, from the Ubers, and now you've gone to those who are offering you your S-Class or your Rolls Royce, the people who are given what we call luxury transport. All of a sudden, what you're selling is not just a product, it's a social symbol, it's a status. Write this down somewhere and ask yourself, what, please listen to me very well, what do your clients stand to lose if they don't buy from you? If you have not figured that out, your marketing strategy will always be begging and will always sound desperate. Those who have figured it out have a certain confidence when they come to their market. That is why Nike would never tell you in any of their commercials to buy a shoe, or Coca-Cola would never use the words buy a Coca-Cola. It's because they have known and come to the place where they know what their clients stand to lose. How strong is your product such that if your clients do not get it, they know they have something to lose. If you figure that out, your marketing changes, your messaging changes, the confidence and the posture of your marketing changes, and the people and the kind of attention you get. So if your people are conventional and they are stereotypical, you might need to go above them. And oftentimes there are very, very little twists here and there. Let me give you a good example, and I wrap this up because my entrepreneurship training on marketing and sales is a whole different thing that I do. Man of God, I set up a business about 3 years ago, and I knew how our people were in their relation to it. And it's for those of us who know about the United Nations Global SDGs, it was about the SDGs and the youth. And I realized, especially because of where I'm coming from in Ghana, that if people sort of trace the business to me, it wouldn't get a certain kind of response. So guess what? I got a partner in South Africa, and we built the company as a South African company. So I got it registered in South Africa and in Ghana. The main rights belong to me, but my partner had also registered the name in South Africa. When you go to our website, our office, our address, our numbers, everything was in South Africa. We had somebody sitting by the phone who were answering all the calls from SA. When I started selling the business here in Ghana, and people knew that our headquarters was in South Africa, just that little twist, it made all the difference. People responded differently. They had more confidence. They thought it was credible. But I owned the business 100%. I owned the idea 100%. But just by positioning it outside in, it changed my marketing trajectory. I can't go in and in.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kwame, for that. And it's a good thing you're going to be having a more detailed discussion with Mom. Vivian has a question, and apparently it would be too long to type on the chat. So Vivian, please take the floor.
Futurist, thank you so much. I had a comment as well, so I thought I'd just say it out. So we just want to say, we just want to say thank you. This is a priceless gift you've given us. We want to thank our man of God for organizing this, because what I know about the rich people, their mindset is that their time is very valuable. Like, we kind of value money, but they value their time. So a rich person can just use $100 to buy maybe a bottle of Coke if it's valuable to him and he knows what he's going to get out of it. That's why, like, Papa has stressed so much about buying the book. I mean, if you really, really know where you're going, and if you know what you want to do and you think that book is valuable, it doesn't really matter how much you want to pay for that one. That is the mindset we need to have. And he giving his time for us at this time, like, people pay so much. And I'm someone who believes in mentorship. I believe in coaching. And I think that every one of us on this platform has a gift. We have something inside of us. We don't want to be general. We don't want to follow the crowd. We don't want to just go do anything just because Futurist is telling us. So we think, oh, let me go and try this, let me go and try that. It won't take us anywhere. If you feel you have something and you think that's where you want to go, you have the opportunity to spend some time with Futurist. I'm sure he'll be willing to, I don't think he might give it for free, but if you have some time, if you have something, if you want coaching, I bet you so much you can get out of coaching that it will surprise you, right? So all the information right now, I know that you all have different things to do, but then all of us were thinking, yeah, this is where I am. This is what I can do. Like, it's coming into our mind just merely by listening to him, right? So I want to just encourage all of us that we need some mentorship, we need some coaching, and even there are some people on this platform that we can actually connect with who are doing things that we want to go into, like Lorna, like Stella and Co. We can work one-on-one with them and just learn from them and then get counsel, and then we can move forward with our gift. So there's just so much we've learned today. We just want to say thank you so much, Futurist. Thank you so much, man of God. I see my mom there, Mama Georgina. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Futurist, you mentioned that you can use other people's knowledge. How about using other people's money as well? I'm somebody who believes in cash flow as well, and I like Robert Kiyosaki's that cash flow quadrant that he has about the employer, the small business owner, and then the self-employed, and then the investor. So I feel like at a point in time we need to be moving, not stay where employed, not just be a small business person. We sometimes have to move into the business owner and investor person. So, like, how do we transition from each quadrant? And then how do we, if you have to invest big, how do we use other people's money? Or how do we get cash flow to do that?
Man of God, Vivian gets a complimentary copy of the book, please.
Wow.
Thank you.
Man of God, for two reasons. Number one, she has a certain revelation that not everybody has. The power of the book that you are offering to your people is that for a book that you can go through in 2 hours, it captures over 8 years of my life's lessons and things that I have learned. So I'm not selling you a book that can actually, it's not a 2-hour book. It's an 8-year book that has been compiled in the compendium of knowledge for you, all right? And so for her to actually understand the value of time, that's the reason I'm giving her a free copy of the book. Number two, man of God, she said something very powerful, and I'm making it as a proposal to you. You are the man of the house, it's up to you. Man of God, the first 20 people that give or buy the book for the $50 that you mentioned as a seed, I want the two of us, me and you, to create an executive mentorship group for them. I'm going to stay with you and do a mentorship for 3 days for those 20 people. And we're going to, what we're going to, I'm not going to come and teach anything. I basically we would sit with each and every one of them. They come, we create our platform just like this and treat each and every one of them's individual issues, whether it's marketing, sales, digital strategies. I will help them go through it. So the first 20
who will do that $50, man of God. Create an executive global coaching group for me and you, for them. For 3 days, I will commit to working with you and working with them for that to go. And I got all of that from Vivian, and that's why Vivian got the free copy of the book, all right? Now, let me answer the question. Vivian, you remember when I was talking about high income skills? I spoke about the triangle of wealth. Do you remember?
Yes.
And I spoke about high return investments. In a certain level of wealth, if you want to command it, you cannot stay employed, right? How many millionaires do you know that are necessarily employed? And so in the growth, normally people get high income skills, and then with their high income skills, they jump on a high scalable idea, and the monies they birth from there, in order for them to create a certain kind of wealth, they go into high return investments. It is the reason why I'll give this for those in Ghana, you understand this. And there's a millionaire in this country called Kwame Despite, man of God. Kwame Despite makes more money asleep than he does awake. In fact, he makes more money asleep and awake. And that's where we ought to go. But Vivian, the quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki speaks about, and being able to use other people's money, comes with a lot of work that builds a certain kind of integrity for you that will now allow me to say that take my money, I believe in your skill to be able to multiply that money. And once you can multiply that money, you can keep this percentage for yourself and you can bring the rest back to me. And this is where VC firms, venture capital firms, angel investment firms, crowdsourcing platforms come into place. But there's a lot of credibility, there's a lot of transactional back end that you need to be able to build in terms of reputation, in terms of trust, in terms of credibility for people to start giving that to you. So it is absolutely, in fact, if I were on this call and I heard what Vivian said, and I heard that thing, that book, Robert Kiyosaki, Financial Quadrant, me, the way I'm aggressive for knowledge and growth, I will even go for that book. I'll look for Robert Kiyosaki and read his entire books, find all his mentors, find all his trade. That's how I work. I'm aggressive, guys. Like, when you look at my passion and the way I speak, you can tell. The father that we belong to, Prophet is sitting down quiet. If you see him in action, I'm sure you people have seen, we are aggressive. We are cosmopolitans. We take the world. So we don't have that place that relax, wherever God puts me. No. God should put me in billionaires. And whatever it takes, the anointing of Solomon, so wise that he has so much gold, and yet Queen of Sheba was traveling and bringing more gold. That's the kind of aggressiveness I have. So go read the book, understand what Kiyosaki was talking about, and give yourself a 5 to 10 year window and say, how do I build myself into a place where I can now command people's money to do the work and eat from it as well? Or I can now command my own money so that even when I'm asleep, the money is doing some work for me. So that's the way that I'll probably punch that question for you, Vivian.
Wow.
Kwame, Dennis says this is selfless training. So that's a compliment on your part.
Thank you.
The last question I'll ask you before I hand over back to the it has got to do with free gigs. How long is enough? Free gigs. I have seen struggles with the hair industry. I've seen struggles with the IT sector where people start giving free services and certain people take advantage. And celebrities are the biggest culprits. They market your product, but they never pay for it, even after you give free services. So how long is good enough? And what language do you use to communicate when it's time for them to start paying?
All right. Let me remember, I gave you the 3 levels of the market: the commodity, the necessity, and the I'm not your matey, right? Now, let me give you another thing to think about, okay? Stella, the hospital will never be your portion in Jesus' name. But have you seen anybody go to the hospital and bargain on medicine or bargain on treatment before?
Never.
When they tell you surgery is $32,000, you never think, doctor, please reduce. You think, oh my God, where do I get $32,000 from? It's because the hospital has a marketing strategy that says that price is not a negotiation here. The value we are offering is so strong, you either take it or go and die. That is what you need to figure out in terms of language. How do you sell so that the client knows that I have no right to argue on price? I better go find my money. Or they come already with their money, knowing that whatever I'm getting from this person is generating the results I need. So price doesn't matter. All right. Now, how long is long enough for free? immediately you have enough tangible results to show. Stop begging the market. Start publicizing your testimonials. I give you an example of somebody you can point and look at in the ministry. And I asked the man of God for permission. I used Pastor Chris. That man's brand proposition was so strong because of testimonial. Right? So if you're looking at how long is long enough, give free as incentives. Because look, when the market gets used to you being free, you can be caught in a trap where they will never pay you. Right? So one of the strongest things you can learn is the ability to say no. I charge $2,500 to speak on physical events, $1,500 to speak on virtual events. Somebody comes and says, I have $200. No. Simple. When they go, they will tell the other guy, see, that guy is not playing. We offered him $300. He didn't take. Some of us, the reason why it's difficult for us to escape the free trap is because we are always ready to negotiate and bend. The client says, no, it's okay, you because it's relationship. Take. No, which relationship? Does relationship pay bill?
It doesn't.
Put light on before. No.
It doesn't.
Relationship does not do that. Please, don't let any of those things confuse you. When you know the value you are offering, you understand the problem you are solving, you need to be able to say to the client, see, I value the fact that you came for my product, and I can empathize with the fact that my pricing might not be ideal for you. Man of God, my millionaire mentor told me, too much money is not expensive. Ah, Jesus. It changed my life, Stella. He said,
I like it.
Too much money does not mean it's expensive. What are you extending that? So, guys, it is also a certain mindset. There's a certain confidence you need to have in your product. And that's why you need to do the inside work and know that you are bringing tangible value to the market. And the product or service is really solving the problem. Once you have testimonials, once your product make people lose weight, once your prophetic can let people gain wealth and stand in a good place, once your expertise can let people transform their lives, see, sit down, relax, and be able to say no. It might make things slow in the short term because a lot of people might walk away. But trust me, Lamborghini has clients. What am I talking about? Rolls-Royce has clients. And Rolls-Royce can say that we are creating only 100 of it. And people are begging. They are in the queue saying, please, we beg you.
Booking.
Are you hearing me?
Even booking, Kwame. Thank you so much for that very powerful presentation. Thank you for all the insights, Kwame. A lot of the comments coming up, I'm sure you're reading the chat, you can see people really appreciate the information you've shared with us. Not just anyone give their time to do this kind of thing for us. And I've noticed you are a gift that keeps on giving. Initially, we were supposed to get a book. There's now an opportunity for mentorship. I think under Mentors Club, this is just great. And I would encourage everyone who has been listening to take advantage of this opportunity and jump on this and get whatever they can get. It's not every day that we get a speaker who just comes and speaks to us and inspires us the way you do. And it is not every day that God sends someone who's going to be giving us this kind of information. So we should take advantage of this moment for sure. Thank you so much. I am more than glad to be your partner in crime here in Kenya. And I know there are very many ways we can enrich each other's work. This is the kind of excellence that anyone would want to rub onto. Thank you so much, Kwame, and I'm sure everyone else appreciates your presentation this evening. Prophet, I see a request from Andoh-Owusu. It seems like it's a family affair, but she's requesting, I think, on behalf of all of us, that you keep the recording of this Zoom meeting. But I would also add on that maybe we should all share this Zoom conversation on our social media platforms. I'm sure by the end of tomorrow, we'll all be having the videos. Mention the name of Kwame, mention where his social media platforms and where he can be found so that whoever needs more information or wants to keep this can reach him there. But let's share so that people can know about this platform by the Prophet, and they can also know about some place where they can go to get information. Prophet, it is always extremely humbling to serve you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity again today to facilitate this conversation. I'm glad we could come to the end of this conversation with some very useful insights into what we can do with our businesses. I have also benefited tremendously. I realize you can never be an authority on a matter because every day is a learning opportunity, and this too has been a good one for me. So with that, I'll hand over back to you and say asante sana, and God bless you and Kwame for what you've given.
Wow, wow, wow. Guys, what was this? This was very powerful. And Kwame, God bless you so much. God bless you so much, especially for the fact that you will be available to mentor people as they connect via their seeds and their sacrifices. Thank you so much. Guys, do you want Kwame to come on the call again?
Yes, you should come back.
Kwame, you have to come back. There were other aspects I wanted us to treat. Obviously, I mean, the wealth of knowledge you have, we won't be able to exhaust them in the 2 days that we've had you. And so we will do a proper planning. I would have to confer with my inner caucus, and then we will bring you back again for an in-depth discussion on other matters. Thank you so much. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly appreciate and I celebrate you, and I thank you so much for your gift. Amen. And guys, listen to me. Cassie has already booked her place. Cassie was the first one to have given the $50. So Cassie has already booked her place in the mentorship, the 3-day mentorship. And listen to me, people, like I said, the difference between us after this broadcast, okay, would be the people that will take advantage, of whatever it is that that was shared. Don't just come, listen, and type, oh, what a powerful message, what a powerful message. We all know it was a powerful message. The question is, beyond this platform, are you able to maximize the knowledge you have gotten? And people, listen to me, whether you like it or not, you need another stream of income. You need another stream of income. And I'm not a prophet who just tell people God will bless you. God is not a magician. Days where manna used to fall, those days are far gone. These days you must get out there and then be sensitive enough to explore other opportunities and then take advantage of the opportunities. All right. And so it is extremely important for us to tap and harness the blessing, the knowledge, and the experiences of this great man. Now, this is what I want all of you to do. Within the next 24 hours, I want everybody to get their money across the $10 and beyond. If you do $50, you'll be part of the 20 people that will be mentored by Kwame and myself. And I believe strongly your life will never be the same. God bless you so much. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for at least expending your data bundles to be able to be part of this call. God bless you. And God bless you, Stella, so much. You know I believe in you, right?
Thank you, Prophet. I'm humbled.
God bless you. Yes. God bless you so much. Joe says, how do we buy the book? Okay, so Kate Karaoke, just put the number again, put the M-Pesa number on the call again. Those of you in Kenya, this is the M-Pesa number. Those of you in South Africa, contact Yolani. Contact Yolani, and then Yolani will be able to coordinate the monies. And then those of you in Ghana, you can have access to my MTN Momo number. Get the book. Vivian, I'll be expecting your $50 and beyond. Dennis, I'll be expecting your $50. There are people you can't give $10. People like Kate Karaoke will not come to me with $50. Will not come to me with $10. I'll massacre her. Lord Nigeria and Lloyd, you can't come to me with $10. The Lord have mercy on your souls. All right. So get the thing across and let's be a blessing to Kwame. Kwame is such an, I'm telling you, he didn't charge us. The excitement with which he responded that he was going to come was amazing. He didn't charge me. He said, I will come, man of God, and I'll be waiting for this opportunity. But you see, this is a prophetic platform. We can't just let this gift pass us by. We have to sow into his life so that whatever it is that he has used 20 years or 8 years to have, we will be able to tap into it via the potency of a seed. So get it within 24 hours. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. Kate Karaoke, have you put the number there? 0111 720 says.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so that is it. Get it, and your life will never be the same. Okay. All right. Okay. Vivian says, no way. We have to value this awesome gift. Okay. So Vivian, you would have to multiply it by 10. You have to multiply your own 10 by 10. Amen. All right. God bless you. Kwame, I'll talk to you back door. Love you so much, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so guys, Kwame is off, and this is just me and you. Don't me again. Maybe sometimes by the end of this month, we'll prepare and have him for a 3-day program. Somebody wrote to me, says, Prophet, popular request, can you also bring a relationship expert? Some of us need to get married. I'm thinking about that one. I'm thinking about that one as well. My son Dennis is already smiling. I know. I can read in between the smiles. You, Jesus. So you must marry, and the Lord will bless you. All right, let's pray. Father, in Jesus, and we thank you for such an awesome atmosphere. We honor your holy name for the wealth of wisdom and knowledge that has been poured into us by your servant. We declare that these treasures will find a place in us and cause us to live by the principles that have been taught. Grant us grace, but most importantly, Holy Spirit, grant us sensitivity to discern opportunity. In Jesus' precious name. Amen. All right, guys, God bless you. Love you so much. This is a prophetic global network. If you want to join us, we already have a WhatsApp group. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, that is where we communicate all our intentions and we discuss so many things. So if you want to be part, just connect to me. I will be very glad to get you on board. This is a global platform. Again, let me reiterate that your commitment to your local church should not be contested. Your tithes, your offerings, and all other things are for your local church. Serve your local church dutifully and diligently. Serve your man of God dutifully and diligently. And then just let's get blessed together also on this platform. Love you, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. God bless you.